So today is February 5th, and welcome back to my mini homestead. Today what I'm gotta start doing is getting power down to my potting shed, because if I don't have power, I'm not gonna have seedlings growing. So I'm just heading up to the house where I've got a cord, and we will get this process started. Nugget is supervising again, aren't you, Nugget? And Dirty Feet. One of the frustrating things about this house is we only have one external plug. And at first we couldn't even find out it wouldn't work. We found there is a light switch in the closet, so that we have to always make sure that light switch is on to make sure that we have power, but at least we have power. So I just need to get this plugged, ouch, elbow. Get that plugged in, get the cord down past the potting shed as far as it'll go. We'll see how far it'll go. I have the one that was here in this spot. It's rolled up at the bottom of the greenhouse because we have it going into the greenhouse. So I think I'm going to have to dig that one out, but let's find out. Well, this job just got easier. This cord goes all the way down here. So now I just got to go get a piece of styrofoam, cut it for that window, drill a hole into it, big enough for the cord so that I can get it into the potting shed, get the lights, the fans, the heater all hooked up so we can get those seedlings started. I'm a little bit behind. I wanted to get started on the first, thinking I'm going to get started on the second. So I cut my piece of styrofoam to fit, and then I cut out a corner. And then I used my drill with my biggest bit to drill a hole in there so that the cord can go through here. So I'm just going to get that set up and see if it worked or not. So the first thing I needed to do was take the screen out of the window. I've opened it up already. And now I'm putting the insulation. You can see the pink, and then I've got the blue. And I'm trying to get the cord in that hole that I showed you earlier that I had drilled through the blue. And it's being a little contrary. So it's because I have it cut so it just fits, because I want a nice, really good seal on this. So I just have to keep fighting it. Okay, a more gentle touch. Oh, what I didn't show you is, let's see, not sure if you'll see it, but there is a lip here, and I'm trying to get that in the groove. So once again, I'm trying to get it into place with a gentle touch this time. And now what I'm trying to do is put some tape around it to seal it and keep it into place. Gotta have it stay there. What I also did is I put some pink insulation around it because I wanted to make sure where the cord was, nothing was getting through that. And overall, I think it worked okay. Just got to do a couple more pieces of tape, and then I am done. All right, I have power into the potting shed, and I've got insulation up there. Just let's take a look outside. So that's the insulation I shoved in from the inside, and then I tucked this up in here so we don't get airflow in there, but just in case we do, I have the insulation there to stop the heat from coming out. So that part is done. Now I can start getting power in here and heat this thing up so I can work in here. Well, we've had a change in weather. So it's the next day, and it's been snowing. What is it? About 9 now. It's been snowing since I got up around 5. At first they were just such small flakes that you really couldn't see anything, and now the flakes have gotten bigger, but they're wet. We're above freezing, and I just noticed my little pea. It's trying to poke out through the snow. We'll see what happens to these. All right, into the potting shed. Get this power turned on. I mean the heater turned on. So I've got my shelves all emptied off. Got my little heater in here to heat things up. And what I'm working on right now is my Barini. I'm not even sure if that's how you pronounce it. LED lights. And I've got, so in one box, I had 2 packages. And I just unpacked the one. And so what I've got is actually six sets of lights. And I've got instructions that are too small for me to read. So I need glasses. And I'm going to go check and see how I should put these babies together. So I have my lights laid out here. And I'm just going to attach them to the top. But what I'm going to need to do is go get some zip ties. Because what they have is little clips. And I'll show you. They have these little clips in these little baggies. But they screw into something, and since I have wire, I don't want to screw that into anything because it would screw into the ones above it and below it. So I'm just going to go to town and get some zip cords. Plus, these cables are really long. I mean, it's made for, you know, want to put in your shop or whatever. So I'm going to have to wrap these up and then tie them with zip ties. Now, it does come with a bunch of turn-on ones, so that's really good. So I'm just gonna, like I said, I'm gonna run to town, get some zip ties, get my thermometers, so I can keep track of the heat in here and get these things set up. Just in case you decide to use these same lights. Now these are the T5s. You can get T8s, which are stronger, but I already have these. Just found out about the T8s. But to get them to fit on a 4-foot rack, you have to insert it from this side and try to get it into the light. Not the easiest thing. And what I've done is I have my cable in between. I will move these shelves as close together as I can get. But you need to pull them apart just to get your lights to go together. And what I am doing is I am doing 3 lights per rack, just so that my flowers and veggies get lots of light. I think I'm missing a light over there. All right. Oh, it's down there. So I turn them all on, hook them up, and then I attach them and put them in. We'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Okay, I've got the first set of lights. Let's go down under, and there they are, 3 on each side. I just got to tie these up with zip ties, and I put the lights, I attach the lights here with zip ties as well, and I've done that one wrong. So I put them like this way. Let's see, so you can see. So it sticks out this way, so it's not going to interfere if I have to put plywood down here for the heat mats. My plan is, though, to do the heat mats on the top shelf, so I will keep working on this. So I now have 2 racks done. I just got to go get a step stool so I can get up and get the top rack done. And then the bottom 2, I am going to use my old lights, which I have up here, because I have chains for them and I can make them higher and lower. And these ones will just sort of, they'll start off on the top 2 racks and then they'll move down to the bottom 3 racks as everything grows. I've got 3 shelves now done. I just have to run up to our sunroom where I had seedlings growing last year and get my hooks to get the bottom ones put up. And a thermometer. I am so hot in here. Okay, so all of my lights are hooked up now. My other ones, these are just my shop ones that I have. Everything's LED, so it's not going to pull a lot of power. And these 2 connect together, these 2 together, and then all of these, of course, have the little pulleys so I can turn them on and off when I need to. Once I get the power into the potting shed, I have plug-ins, in. So right now I have each, like right here, these lights are connected to those lights, and then these ones here are connected to those ones. But once the power's all hooked up, I have the plugs back in there, and then I can have each individual shelf set up to go on its own. But normally I'm going to have a whole row across anyhow. And now the next job is to organize all of that. So I know what I've got, what I need to keep here, and just so I have more space to put stuff. All right, let's get busy. So today is February 13th. I'm finally getting back out to the potting shed. Life kind of gets in the way of my doing stuff in the garden. But today we're going to get out there, get this potting shed finished, and so I can start planting. And as you can see, it is an absolute beautiful day out here. Just look at the beautiful sky that we have. The sun is shining. It is spectacular out. But that being said, it got down into what, minus 3-4 Celsius last night. So that is what it is. Ouch! Tripping over stuff in the potting shed. All right, let's get some lights on. Get things lit up in here. It is so nice having lights. All right, and the other thing is, today I will be working with potting soil, so I have a mask. You should always wear a mask when you're working with potting soil. Who knows what bacteria or whatever is in there, so you want to stay safe. All right, let me show you what my potting shed is looking like. And there it is. So I've got my workbench here. These are fans that I still need to put up, but I need to get adapters for them. So this is where all the magic will happen. All the seeds will meet the soil and give me babies. I have some calla lilies that I just bought at the dollar store. Don't know if they're going to work. Going to plant them up this week and see. And then I also have my rooting hormone. I'm planning on doing some propagating. My water container, still need to add water to it. That'll get done. But there are my trays. Like, look at. I mean, doesn't that look fabulous? All nicely organized. And then over here, I have more supplies. I definitely needed that extra 3-foot shelf there. Otherwise, everything would have been so crowded. I still have some things that I need to bring in here, but I've got lots of storage I can still use at the top. I've got 3 bins here. I'm going to get myself 3 more bins because I do have a few more things that need to go in here. I've got my heat mats that will go out. I just have to put some 1/4-inch plywood underneath to keep everything nice and level. These are what I will get my sweet peas and my snow peas started in. But I'm so excited. And can't remember if I said I'm going to bring my shop vac in here, vacuum up the floor. But I am ready to start my seedlings. I'm so excited. I hope you've enjoyed this, seeing what I've done in my potting shed. Be sure and stay tuned for my next video, which will be about the seedlings. I'm starting flowers and veggies. I'm doing both this year. But yeah, I'm really happy about how this has turned out. I think it will meet my needs. And yeah, I'm excited. Subscribe and we'll see you in that next video. Bye for now from My Mini Homestead.